Well, good morning, everybody. How are you? Thursday, end of the month. What's that mean? Means the rent's due tomorrow, folks, so get it up. For those of you that are paying with cash, just take it out of the bank. For those of you that are paying otherwise, get it up. Okay, big deal with Iran. Okay, that I figured this out. Trump doesn't want to negotiate. He wants absolutely no negotiations. He can sit there and all he's trying to do is appease people and delay people and distract people from other problems like domestic problems, like why is food so expensive? Why is gasoline so expensive? Why doesn't he do something? Because first of all, he doesn't know what to do. Second of all, he's not interested in doing anything. All right? But the big thing is he doesn't know what to do. All right? Okay. So, why doesn't he want? I don't know why he really doesn't want to negotiate, other than he's looking for complete and utter surrender, and he believes that will help him, will be something for him to be able to bring to the celebration of the 250th anniversary of our country. There's a problem with this being the 250th anniversary of our country, all right? This country is getting close to looking like it did before our independence, okay? Oppression, depression, bad economy, all of that is present now, as it was back in the 1700s, prior to our independence, and for a period after our independence as well. Trump is looking to become a monarch, King of the United States. If he does that, I recommend assassination. I'm sorry, I don't usually preach violence around here. I don't think it solves anything, but Trump's just too stupid to be left alone, in charge of this country. He really is. He's just far too stupid. And the people around him are manipulating him in ways that don't serve the majority of the people. They serve a small minority, the rich. All right, the biggest prick out there is Stephen Miller, followed closely by the sycophant J.D. Vance and Hegseth. These people need to be removed from the political scene. I would prefer if we did it by voting, but the problem is now with the Voting Act, the way that's going to make it difficult for blacks and Hispanics, American Indians, and everybody else to vote, except white people, I think we're going to have a problem. All right? It didn't work well in South Africa. He's trying to develop an apartheid. I think that's how you say it. And that didn't work well in South Africa, which means Musk is involved in the advisory panel of this country too, which I think is really a super mistake. Because he steals everything. He's like Trump. He steals everything. He's not a genius. And he's never come out and said he's a genius. He's a manipulator too, and he's got good vision, and he sees things, and he takes advantage of them, and he's in a position to do it, which most people aren't. Fuck me. I don't know what happened. Hold on. There we go. Here we are. I have no idea what happened there. So, he doesn't really care if we negotiate with Iran or not. He would prefer not to. Then you got little Kim over in North Korea. Besides the fact that he's going to increase his activities in the Russian war, which is with Ukraine, he's praising suicides of soldiers who, for the most part, are believed to be committing suicide not in a combat situation, but by blowing their brains out or something along those lines because they just can't deal with the situation anymore. And he's praising him for that. That's another... I don't know what's wrong with him. I really don't. I honestly don't remember him at all. Understand him at all. But that's not... difficult because you get a what do you call it? Difference in cultures. And I'm not sure I thought I understood it, but I'm not sure I do. All right, so that's that's crazy. And then Trump and his blockade, he wants to extend it. I don't know how you extend it. I guess time-wise, I guess that's what they're talking about. Because he wants absolute surrender. I told you, he doesn't want to negotiate. He wants absolute surrender. So this in the no negotiation theory that I have is particularly important because he wants total surrender so he can say, look, I won a war. Look at the war I won. Look how beneficial it is. It's not benefiting anybody but, the Musks and Bezos and other people in the higher elite that I am not even close to talking to. So that's kind of another dumb war. And then the thing that's really bothering me is with this Voting Act thing that was done that makes it very difficult for anybody but white people to vote. They can vote. But it makes it very, very difficult for them. It's not white people can just go up and vote, no problem at all. These people have to go through all kinds of windows and doors and all the other bullshit to be able to vote. That's the minorities in the country, okay? Here's a problem with that. The minorities are actually a majority. And if they get together and we have the war that he's trying to start, and I don't know why, I think he wants to start a race war so he can annihilate the minorities, so that he is justified in committing genocide against blacks, Hispanics, American Indians. Listen, dude, you were never able to beat the Indians. So the rest of these people you're not going to be able to beat either. So why don't you just shut up, sit down, and just finish your term peacefully before somebody does do something drastic to you. And it's not a joke, it's not an accident, and it's a planned event, okay? It's not a spare of the moment thing just to get your ratings up, you know what I mean? And they don't get your ratings up because nobody cares, you know? That's what you don't understand. When they say that you're not admired, they're going to admire you more because somebody tried to kill you? No, not me. I'm going to sit there and say there's something wrong with that man if so many people want to kill him. Although apparently Obama had something like 11 or 12 or 13, something like that, assassination attempts. And that was all done because it was kept quiet. It was on a down low most of the time. That's because that was racially motivated. I mean, I used to get, back when he was president, I had Yahoo as a homepage and everything. And I used to get stuff there for stuff I wrote in my blog and whatnot, or comments I made. I would get, you could not believe the language and what these people wanted to do to Obama, and not for any other reason other than the fact that he was black. They had no other good reason to hurt him or want him dead or anything else other than the fact that he was black. Now with Trump, you've got a lot of reasons people want to kill him. But I just don't think anybody's trying real hard. I don't know whether these are real or not, because I think I was told once by Secret Service agents that world leaders are some of the easiest targets in the world. The problem says you has to get out of it. You have to escape. And not too many of these people ever live past the attempt. I mean, John Wilkes Booth did, and that was a long, long time ago. They're always all hunted down. Because depending on the weapon, you're going to be seen. Depending on the planning, there's other people involved, and they all talk. That's how they got Booth. That's how they've gotten every assassin. They all talk before or after the event. They seek information, and that, especially nowadays, it's very easy to find out who's searching for what. It's kind of dumb to go out there and do that, but I think Trump is What the hell does that say? Oh, okay. There's going to be a race war. I think that now. I think that those people that were thinking about it, like the Manson who wanted Helter Skelter and all this stuff, I think that they're going to get their wish soon, unfortunately. And it's a sad state of affairs. But everything Trump does is anti-immigration, minority, it's anti-small business, it's everything. And so that all you've got left are the conglomerates and a peasant class that has to that'll basically be forced into slave labor if he has his way. Especially if he ever gets the king, you know. I'm not going to live long enough to see him king. I hope to live long enough to see him lose and be out, you know, on the street someplace. Again, I would never want to walk up to see Donald Trump, all right, because I'd go through his bodyguards. At 80 years old, I guarantee I could go through 2 or 3 bodyguards to get to him, because that's how much I dislike that man. But I'm not dumb enough to go out and try to shoot him or something like that, where I know I'm not going to succeed and I'm not going to live, if I live to commit it, you know, and that's very high odds. It just requires so much logistical support and whatnot to do something like that, and people don't understand that. You know, they don't look. They looked at what was the oh, I forgot the name of that movie. It was about Carlos the Jackal, and even he got caught because he had too much logistics, and you know, it's like. The criminals, you know, it's like Chapo or Escobar. They make mistakes because they're too greedy. They don't share enough, you know, and other people get greedy and envious. A lot of it's envy, you know, of what you have. You know, that's Trump's problem. He's envious of everybody because people like other people. People like other dictators more than they like him. That's the sad part about it, you know. And he thinks that's what you know. I still remember the comment after they showed a picture of Kim coming into some sort of like cabinet meeting or I don't know, there was a bunch of soldiers and stuff sitting in front of him. They all came to attention, stiff as a board. Trump said, look at that, look at the respect they're showing. That's not respect for respect. That's respect because they're scared shitless. They know if they don't. They know if they blink, they could be taken out and shot, or disappear, never be seen again, end up in a work camp. That's just the way that regime operates. And that's the way Trump wants to operate. And he's working towards that, and that's part of the problem, you know. They're going around in the background trying to get these ICE refunded and all this stuff, and they want... and they say, well, we'll wait to the midterms. Well, right now... the midterms are, he's succeeded in what he wanted to do to make the midterms difficult for the Democrats to get their people to vote, you know? So what's he forcing Americans into? He's forcing Americans into a corner. And when you take a human being, it's like taking a cat or a rat, something like that, put it in a corner, keep pushing it, prodding it, taking away its rights and whatnot. Sooner or later, it's going to fight back. Now, before this Supreme Court, if you want to call it that, took away the Voting Rights Act, just about destroyed it, people had a way of fighting back without violence. Now he's forcing people into making a choice. Sit there and be good little slaves, or kick Trump's ass all over the parking lot. Anyhow, that's it for me on this video. I'll be back tomorrow. You guys can, tomorrow's May 1st. It's Labor Day down here. So it's a holiday, so I don't know how busy everything's going to be or where I'm going to be. But I will see you guys in tomorrow. Both videos will be up tomorrow sometime, hopefully on time. In the meantime, I want you guys to take care. Have a great day, please, please find some subscribers for me, all right? I don't know. I don't have the money to go out and advertise for them, but I'm going to start putting notices up on Facebook and whatnot, you know, and see if I can get a couple of my friends, but they don't like to do anything, you know. They're strictly social media butterflies. They'd like to comment without action, you know, so we'll have to wait and see what happens with them. All right, everybody, take care. I'll see you on the live video in a little while.